travel to a country where they want to have fun, want to do business, and want to just while away time. Some want to just go with their families, to just go for maybe honeymoon or something beautiful, to just get the memories. We bring you the Midday Show live on Echo Television every Tuesday to tell you about countries that you wish to travel to and to explore and have fun. We're going to be talking about Brazil today. I hope you're going to be having fun with us because Brazil is a beautiful country in which people want to travel to, and guess what? It's among the fifth beautiful, biggest, largest country in the world. I hope you're going to be excited to have us today. Please don't touch that dial, and please don't go anywhere. Just listen to us and have fun with us. I have Tony in the studio with me. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Linda. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
What's that for?
Excuse you. You don't even start with me like it's too early. You start with me right
calm down
now.
for Jesus. What I'm trying to let you know is we don't do that in Brazil. As a Brazilian, you're supposed to be all...
As a Brazilian hair.
I didn't mention hair.
Okay, Brazilian. Okay.
As a Brazilian, you're supposed to be all welcoming. You're supposed to be all accommodating. You're supposed
Okay,
to
can I do it again?
Of course, yeah, sure.
Okay, welcome, Tony. How you doing?
I'm fine. Obrigado.
Oh, it's nice to have you on set today.
Yeah, give me that smile and then stuff. You're just being all frank and I don't know.
You know, today I'm out for you, that's why.
Oh, really?
I'm out for yes. You know, like the last program, like you were just feeling yourself, you were just trying to throw back basketballs on me. But right now I'm back
as a
to
Brazilian
give it to you. Anyways,
today,
I'm ready for you. Don't worry.
As a Brazilian that I am today, I don't want to be exchanging.
As a Brazilian, I not see your hair being long. Me, just tell me Brazilian, so I can understand.
Your own is Jamaican hair, it's not Brazilian hair.
I knew you were going to say something evil to me. Anyways, it's not a problem. I'm ready for you. Anyways. Okay, we're talking about Brazil, and
yeah, of course.
A lot of people wish to travel to Brazil because it's a beautiful country to start with. Because most times when you decide to travel, of course we know that most of the countries we have in the whole world are beautiful because there are places you visit, there are places you go to, maybe on a tour and all of that. You just realize, this place is very beautiful. Like I didn't know about this, but Brazil is more like it's an exceptional country. Yeah, like the location alone, and then the weather. When you talk about education, when you talk about the sightseeing, when you talk about a lot of things in Brazil, and then the people of Brazil are welcoming, and they are people that you can actually want to go and see, want to be friends with, want to discuss business with, and just go and have fun and enjoy yourself. Like I would love to go to Brazil to have maybe an experience of, excuse you,
Linda,
like
you are being biased, you know why?
Why?
So you would not love to go to South Sudan.
Yeah, I choose where to go to, sir. I choose where to. Can't you see how beautiful this country is?
Just in case our viewers, you missed out on South Sudan, please go back and revisit. I mean, if you go and rewatch it.
Excuse me, please. Everybody has an opinion of his own. You get. You can tell. You have your choice. I have my choice. So you don't need to.
Tell me one reason why you want to go to Brazil.
Because it's a beautiful country.
Okay.
And then because when you go there, you're going to have a lot of
South
experiences.
Sudan is not beautiful.
South Sudan is beautiful. Why do you want to take me back to South Sudan?
I just want to hear.
It's a normal thing when they say let the past be in the past.
Oh,
please
really?
let bygone be bygone. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So let's talk about Brazil.
All right. I mean, I'm okay. So I think Brazil is actually a very nice country, just like you said. And to buttress my point as regards what I said, about them being accommodating and all friendly, I think I see them to be those that if or the moment you step your foot inside Brazil, they will try as much as possible to take you around the whole country. Like they are so hospitable to the extent that they wouldn't even mind sponsoring you to going places and seeing things yourself. And it's actually one of the biggest country, I would say the fifth biggest country and largest country in the whole wide world. So, and I'm beginning to think, so if Brazil can be this big, then how comes China happens to be the largest country in the whole world?
Yes, now, like, you don't need to, it's not debatable.
Yeah, of course.
So China is different.
Brazil
is different.
We can't actually compare them anyway. But I'm just being surprised. It's a personal wonder for me.
Then why are you letting it out?
Because I want people to share in my wonder.
Please, viewers, tell us your own wonder about Brazil and China.
So they actually accommodate, like I've said earlier. And aside that, one thing that I find interesting about Brazilians is that I think it's their hair. Because even right before, should I say, before now, before I come of age, like I am right now, being exposed and
so
stuff.
In your mind,
like I've been hearing Brazilian hair. I'm like, what what's up with this Brazilian hair? Tell me more about Brazilian hair.
It's a beautiful hair that you just want to have.
That is to say that I just want to make something very known to people. That is, they are very, very beautiful people. They are so nice. That their sight is so capturing that by the time you see them, you wouldn't want to marry anywhere else if it's not a Brazilian girl. So one of my sole purpose of traveling is maybe by chance, if by chance I happen to see a Brazilian girl, probably without thinking twice and all of that, I think I would just
somebody said
no,
like
that's
not possible.
It's possible. It's extremely possible. All I need to do is
when men say it's impossible with God,
it's possible. For the first time in Linda's life, she's agreeing with me. So that's that. And aside that, they have a lot of interesting cultures. They have a lot of interesting traditions too. And their traditions and cultures are actually being influenced by the Westerners, the Africans, and as well as some other tribes and regions that are already as well inside the country with them. So their culture and tradition, to some extent, it's diverse in the sense that there are other ways to which they explore their culture, they exhibit their tradition and all of those things. Like, it's a tradition for them that when you are in Brazil, you don't visit a female colleague unless she invites you. And then I am beginning to wonder, like, why, though it's a very nice thing though, but I just feel, okay, what if you have this urge of seeing someone and then probably you've been trying by all means to get reach to the person and probably the person's phone is not connecting, or maybe whichever means that you feel you're supposed to get through to the person is not available. Like, instances like that, what would you do?
You decide to stay back
and then allow what is coming, or that impending doom that is coming, to just happen.
Anyways, they always have a way around
stuff like
that. There could be that, okay, maybe even if you're not just someone that is close to the family and all of that, there are times that you realize if there's a situation, you would definitely find a way out of it.
Yeah,
like, you would definitely find a way out of it. So maybe it's best known to them and how they do their things because of their culture and how they go about official things and unofficial things. And then we're talking about the nature in Brazil, and then how they have a lot of things that people will really need to know about. They said it has the greatest variety of animals in the world, like in the world. That's in Brazil, and then it's home to like 600 mammal species, and then 1,500 fish species. Wow. And then 1,600 bird species, and an amazing 100,000 different types of insects. If you ask me how many type of fish species do I know, I'll say, I'm not sure if they're up to 5. But just imagine they have 1,500, like that counting from 1 to like 1,500.
Let me even try and mention them. I know of tilapia fish, they have catfish, then crayfish, then we have crayfish is also fish. Then we have Titus fish, we have alera, I don't know what.
Please don't shame yourself.
No, it's your
wow, so it's even in Yoruba I'm saying it. Thank you. You don't need to tell us the species, like we all know that we have
I'm just saying, if as a viewer, if you are limited in terms of the knowledge you have about fish, like I am, probably this is one of the best opportunities for you to travel there and see many varieties of fish.
And then get to know their names.
Like you just said, you have they have about 1,005 species of fishes there,
and then we have like an amazing 100,000 different types of insects. Wow.
And
then so it's not actually
intriguing to know.
Brazil jungles are home to most of its animal life, but many unique species also live in the pampas and semi-desert regions. In the central western part of Brazil sits a flat, swampy area called the Pantana. It's not a Yoruba word.
No, I want to say Pantana.
Anyways, it's interesting to know that people live in Brazil and they have fun, they enjoy themselves. Like, they have a lot of they have places that you can visit in Brazil that will leave you speechless.
Yeah, true.
Like places that you go and you don't even have to think of going back. I said for thousands of years people have been exploiting the jungles of Brazil, but since Europeans arrived about 5 centuries ago, forest destruction has been rampant. But then most of Brazil's Atlantic rainforest is now gone. So then a huge tracts of the Amazon are disappearing every year. The government has established many national parks and refuges, but they only cover about
7% of the
7% of the
country.
country. So
Wow.
that's how big it is.
True,
Like
true.
with the things that they have, they still have, like they didn't even occupy
Like
like
it, like 10%,
do you
just
understand?
seven
Like just seven.
percent.
But
That
it's
is, many
interesting
things
to
have gone
know.
into
True,
extinctions.
true. So they have places that you can visit. They have things. Okay, subsequently we'll talk about the
Places to
different
visit, yeah.
places to visit, the tourist attractions, and then maybe their food and all of that. At least if time permits, because we know that Brazil is actually a big
It's a
country.
very
Like
big
it's a very
country.
big country
Actually,
that
it
you
is.
want to go, and then you can't even say, even if you stay there, maybe let's say for the rest of your life, maybe
I don't
you
think you're
get, I
able
don't think you
to.
can get
Yeah,
exhausted
true.
because
You won't
they
be able
have
to
a lot
explore the
of
whole of the
places to go,
country.
of course. And then when you go, like you realize this particular place is beautiful more than the other place. There's okay, no, this place is very beautiful, and then you get to another
That
different
is
place, you
more
realize it's
beautiful,
more. Do you
yeah.
understand? So then
It goes on and
Brazil is
on.
actually a beautiful country entirely. Like this is a place for you to visit and
True,
just
true,
have fun, and then just do all the things
true.
you want to
And
do.
then their daily life, in most ways, large Brazilian cities differ little from the others in the Western world, but the greater degree of their crowding and large volume of pedestrian traffic in some cases compare more closely to the cities of China. That is, there are some places that can, to some extent, compare with some of the
China.
cities in China. I think I was mentioning
Yes.
China. I mean China earlier, and that Brazilian family ties is very, very, like, it's very unique for them. That is, both immediate and extended generally remain stronger than in Western Europe and North America. And then family members customarily they live in relatively close proximity to one another. That is, they value family a lot. So I think they value family in so much that if, as a cousin to you, I could stay within the environment, or probably I'll stay close to you. I don't have to necessarily go far from the family house or
And they stay
something. And I think
close
when
to
you
each
have
other.
families like that living close to each other, I think it makes the bond even more stronger
Stronger.
and all of those things. So that's to tell you that they share, or probably they give a lot of values and importance to family and all of those things. And then that they also hold frequent reunions and then gathering at the family farm or ranch on weekends and holiday. However, this traditional system of kinship ties depends on a certain degree of wealth and then stability for its preservation, and it is no longer as strong as it was once, given the increased mobility and urbanization of the Brazilian people, or people actually. Then various number of extended family may occupy the same dwelling because of economic pressure or family traditions, and that is to tell you that they just value family a lot. They don't in any way segregate family members and all of that, wanting to, maybe for instance, because of the fact that you see your region not to be well, like maybe you are not really earning a lot in that particular region and then you want to move somewhere else. That doesn't mean you have to pack or probably go completely to that particular place that you feel something better would come from. But then you can go and come back and then still maintain your home, still being in the family house. That is, they value family a lot, and that's one thing I actually like about them. And that they are so lovers to cars than any other thing. And I'm wondering why. I don't know. I don't know, but because I'm just wondering, like, why would they choose cars
Cars
over
instead.
humans? But then I think it's just their nature.
Like I said, every country has its own their nature of loving
Doing
particular
things, yeah,
things and
true.
how they go about things. They can decide. There are some countries that they prefer to train animals, like they prefer to love animals, to give confidence to animals more than humans and all of that.
True.
I've heard of a particular country where if maybe a parent is about to die, he wills his properties
To a
and
particular
everything
child.
to not even a child, to an animal.
Oh my
There
god.
was one I think I heard
It's
about
to go
that
and sell
willed
the animal now.
everything to a cat.
I'll just sell it
Do you
now.
understand? Like
When I sell it, should everything will be mine.
so that we just kill it
I'll
instead.
just kill it instead.
But then it's interesting to know that all these countries, they have their own
Yeah, it has
uniqueness
to
and
do
all
with
of that.
individual difference. How
Yeah,
you are
so
affectionate towards some certain
so then if they
things.
choose to love cars, if they choose to
It's
love
nothing bad
any other
anyway.
thing, there's nothing bad about it because it is what they believe in, is what they feel makes them happy. Whatever it is that makes you happy and works for you, you go ahead and do it. And then we have the government and the economy of Brazil. So Brazil is a federal republic with a president, a national congress, and a judiciary from 1888 until recently. The country struggled with democracy, but in 1985, the military government was peacefully removed, and by 1995, Brazil politics and economy had become fairly stable. So Brazil has many different soils and climates, so it can produce a great variety of crops. Its agricultural exports include sugarcane, latex, coffee, cocoa beans, cotton, soybeans, rice, and oh wow, they
tropical
like
fruits.
it's good
There are
to
a lot
know
of
that
yeah, a
there
lot
are
of
a lot of
agricultural products.
true,
Yeah,
true. And then when you think of things, so that shows that when you find yourself in Brazil, you don't have a problem of food
not
and
even food.
you
Even
don't
I
have a
think even
problem of
problems of job opportunities. I
job
think is
opportunities
of
because
course
you
way of
have
the rise.
something to
Yeah,
do. Yes, because you realize there are countries you go to, you maybe
you come
before,
stranded. You
yes,
don't
you
have
become
what to
tired,
do
there's
and all of
nothing to
those.
do and all of that. But then we still say Brazilian, as much as I know it can be difficult, but then they always say know who knows somebody. But then the thing is, if you find yourself in a particular country and then you can actually do what they want you to do, like maybe it depends on the kind of jobs that you get there, you're liable to get something to work with and all of that.
Then
So
one thing that you're cutting out is that it's actually one of the countries in South America that is most industrial nation in terms of producing chemicals, producing aircraft and cars. I think that's where their love for cars comes in
but what
because
makes you think I cut it off? I was still reading,
oh
sir.
really I
So
didn't
why
know. I thought
you
you
cut
forgot
me off from
it.
the
Oh
beginning?
really? Oh sorry then. I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Anyways, it's good. And then we're going to talk about the tourist attractions in
Attractions.
Brazil.
Mm.
We have the beaches. Like one thing that I was saying, I said if you find yourself in Brazil, I think because of the beautiful beaches, like it's one of the places you should visit first. In as much as I know that a lot of people would choose to, maybe they say they want to go, maybe they want to go to a different place. Like for me, I feel one of the reasons why I would like to visit Brazil is the beaches, because in as much as I know I have phobia for water, like,
I just wanted to say that too.
but who is
The
asking
fear,
me?
the fear of God in me did not allow me to. Did not allow me to
Thank God
say
you know
that.
you have the fear of God. Anyways, the beaches, they said this is one of the primary attractions of
Of
Brazil,
Brazil,
like I said.
true.
And then there are over 1,500,
100. That was
wow,
1,500. Wow. Wow.
more than 500 islands dot the waters of the coast and preserve an undoubted natural beauty not seen anywhere
Nowhere
else
in the
in the
whole
world.
wide
You can
world.
pick from hundreds of excellent resorts that cater to your budget. Relaxing at a Brazilian beach is a unique experience that
Cannot
cannot
be
be matched
matched
anywhere
anywhere
else.
else.
Like I said,
Brazil, here I come.
like when you talk about visiting
Wow.
Brazil, and I said it cannot be matched to anywhere else, like there's nothing compared with it. Imagine all the
When is my
countries.
wedding again? Please remind me.
I think maybe in the next 5-10 years.
Is that a cost?
Anyways, if you choose to, maybe let's say, I know of course about next year or next year, so you should.
I love your spirit. I love your spirit.
Anyways, it's good to know that when you find yourself in Brazil, the
Mm.
beaches are something to, let me not say to die for,
to
but
to yearn
something
for.
to, yes, to yearn for. Because if you find yourself in Brazil and then you want to, it's just one of the places where you don't even find it anywhere in the world again. So then if you find yourself in Brazil, the beaches should be one of the places you should visit.
Like it's a
And
place
have
where
fun.
if let's say you have 100% of issues, challenges and all of those things, and then you visit, like there's a
Like
way
me,
the beaches will just
honestly,
suppress
true,
your
true.
difficulties, your challenges, your issues to maybe say 1% thereabout, and then you come back lightheaded, and you start you go over whatever thing that you've been having challenges upon, and then I think you excel and
It's
all
an
that.
experience you don't want to miss.
Yeah,
Like
true,
it's an
true. And then
experience you don't want to
one
miss.
other
But
exciting thing about Brazil is their land scape, like the amazing landscape where the river, the river and the rainforest falls are the most famous natural attractions in the country. And then they have about 62 national park and hundreds of conservation units. And then Brazil holds about several records for its wildlife fair numbers, and then diversities of other national parks and all of that. And then they have about responsible travel initiatives that are on the rise, making it possible for more travelers to enjoy Brazil
in a
in a sustainable
sustainable
way.
way. Oh
Wow.
Lord.
I think
Like
Brazil is not just developed, but a lot of things there are organized on a lot of
true.
levels, that everything is just so organized that you don't go to a particular place and be stranded. You don't go to a particular place and be thinking of how to go about a particular thing. Like I think all of those things are just there for you to like see transparently, and then you don't have to necessarily ask questions or probably be caught in a place that you're not supposed to,
supposed
and
to
then be
be.
confused and all of those things. So it's just a country that is just like, I just feel they've gotten their development to the peak of it.
Yeah, true. If you find yourself in Brazil, I think there's nothing you will not do that will make you happy, like unless if you choose not to.
True.
Unless if you choose not to even go out for any reason. But why should I be in Brazil and then be indoors and not find something to do,
But
where
then
to
life
go
there
to,
is
activities
actually it's
expensive?
expensive.
Of
Oh.
course it's expensive.
They said
Why
the
would you
minimum
find
the minimum that you spend in 1 week is about 58,000 naira.
so it means let's just stay
That's
inside. So why
no,
is
I'm just saying,
traveling
like, in case you want to
like
travel, they don't
if
travel
you
with
find
empty.
yourself in Brazil,
Don't
it
travel
means
with
you're
empty.
capable. You're
Okay.
capable. You're
Oh yeah,
able
yeah, I'm
and
capable.
capable.
I know I'm capable.
What are you saying?
I
Of
know,
course,
I know
that's
I'm capable. No, I'm
when
just saying
you're
for
already
those.
thinking of marriage.
No, now what I'm trying to let people understand is that because of this exciting thing, don't allow the exciting of all of these things or
for
exciting
you to
of this
travel
thing
and
just
then you don't
travel and
have
become
anything
stranded
to
and all of
show
those
though.
things. So you make sure that your pocket is very fact,
I agree.
not just fact, but surplus of it tends to come out and all of
True.
those. So I
So we
just feel
have the Cristo Rendator and the Cocovado. Please remind me again.
the what? Come again, remind me what?
Cocovado said with arms outstretched 28 meters, as if to encompass all of humanity. The colossal Art Deco statue of Christ called the Cristo Rendator, Christ the Redeemer, and then gazes out over the Rio de Janeiro and the bay from the summit of Cocovado. So like the place is actually is more like okay, there's a national park around that place, and a rank of railway climbs over 3.5 kilometers
To
away
its top.
to its top, last to where it is, and then where a broad plaza surrounds the statue, completed in 1931. Wow.
That's over years.
That's over what?
Your parents.
They've never even met them as of then. And
That
then
is, they say that it's been in
honestly,
existence
it's
for a
been in
very long
existence for a
time.
long time. The 8-meter base encloses a chapel that is popular for weddings. Although this is one of Brazil's most readily recognized icons, it is often mistakenly called the Christ of the Andes, confused with the older statue marking the boundary between Argentina and Chile. Then the midpoint stop on the railway leads to trails through the Tijuca National Park, a huge forest that protects springs, waterfalls, and a wide variety of tropical birds, butterflies, and plants. Several more viewpoints open out within the park.
Like, I feel, yeah, it's more of like a church.
I was about to say it's more like a church,
like
like
where of church where a lot of buildings are being embedded in, and then it's not just about the building too, but I think a reservation of a national park that has been there too. But then I think one fascinating thing about the place is that for me, like one fascinating thing about the place is that the place has been in existence for over how many years now, and then it's still being preserved, and people go there to see things, and it has been seen like a tourist attraction where people come and want probably see things for themselves and all that. And aside that, we have the sugar loaf that is situated in the Rio de Janeiro. This is easily recognized in Rio, and then the rounded rock peak of Sugarloaf is just out of a tree-covered promontory rising to about 394 meters above the beaches and then the city. And then its summit is one of the first places to visit for tourists for views of Rio and then the harbor, and for the thrill of riding suspended in cable cars between Sugarloaf and the Morodauca. Is a lower peak, from which a second cableway connects to the city. And then Rio's first settlement began below these peaks near the long their beach. I don't know how to pronounce this word because this word is just like, I don't know, let me try, like Pridauca Beach. And then you can tour one of the 3 early forts there, and then the star-shaped
Fort Sao Jao.
Oh, this is your language. It's just something
Please
else.
pardon us.
But the truth of the matter is, this sugar loaf, I think, is one fascinating thing because it's more of like sugar, what is like sugar comb.
Is it cube or comb?
Cube? Sorry, I think is it comb? Yeah, I think it's I think it's sugar comb, not cube. Yeah, I think sugar comb because that's what it looks like, and that's why it is being called. You see what I said? So it does. What you are saying. So that's why it is being given this name because it looks like a comb of a sugar or a cube of a. Though I think cube of sugar is different from comb of a sugar. Cube is like four square now. Yeah.
Square.
Yeah. Then cube is. I think this comb is different. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is why it is being named the name sugar loaf, and it has been in existence for how many years now? For like, see, 10
10
decades or even more
decades.
than and all of those things. And then it has been seen like a tourist attraction where people connect a cable wire where you enter, and then it connects through the city, and then you see the beauty of the city underneath, and then you just want to marvel, and then you want to see things the way they are naturally. I know it's a place that you would want to also be like, but then I'm not sure. Are you scared of heights?
I am.
Not of, then it's not your place, please.
Excuse you. You
I'll
don't need to
no,
tell
no,
me
no,
what
no,
to
no,
do
I'm
and
just
what
being
not
no,
to.
I'm just being
I
considerate.
decide. I decide.
I'm
In as
just being
I can fight it. I can fight
I'm
it
just
and
trying
I'll
to.
find
I'm just trying
myself
to.
there.
I'm just trying to be
How can I find
nice.
myself in Brazil and then I will not want to explore
I
a
am just
lot
trying
of
to be
places?
nice, as a
Thank you
nice
for
guy
being
that I
nice.
am.
Thank
I'm
you
just
for
trying
being
to
nice. But
tell you that you don't have to
you're
necessarily go there. Just sponsor me, and then I'll come back and tell you stories. Chicken, huh?
wow. We have the Copacabana.
Like
Wow,
Cabana,
the
we have
Copacabana,
the
yeah.
Cabana we have in the
This
country.
the downtown Rio's most fashionable and famous section follows Avenida Nossa Senhora,
Hmm.
and then is bordered all along one side by 4 kilometers of white sand and breaking surf. The beach is separated from the buildings and traffic by a broad promenade paved in black and white mosaic and an undulating pattern resilient of streets in Lisbon, Portugal. The beach isn't just for show, it's also a popular playground filled with sun worshippers,
Hmm.
swimmers, and kids building sand castles whenever the weather is fine. Stroll
Aww,
the streets here
giving me
to find
memories.
restaurants, smart shops, cafes, and beautiful old buildings from the days when Rio was Brazil's capital. One of these, the famed Copacabana Palace, is protected as a national monument. Inside its lobby, you can easily imagine seeing the royalty and film idols who have stayed here. It's interesting to find yourself in this place because you meet a lot of people and then there are a lot of activities to be done.
I've been
Like
down
you
there.
can't find yourself in this particular place, in this the Copacabana, and then not have fun. Just imagine how you see beautiful children all around playing, building houses, and then
I don't want
just
to see. I want
catching
to
fun
play
and
too.
all of that.
I want to
Like no,
build
first of
sound. I
all,
want to build
imagine it in
sound.
your
I want to
head.
build sound houses too.
No, seriously, if you find
fun.
yourself, like I know of people even at their age, like they still go there to build house, like all the time that you put your hand and then you
You
put the
don't
sand
mold
on
it
it
and
and
do
then
all of
just
those
mold it. Like it's
things.
just the fun for me, like it's just to while away time,
True.
have fun and be happy. Like I don't know why you have a lot of things to do and then you end up keeping yourself in one place and you don't want to just go and explore. They have restaurants there, they have
True.
smart shops there, they have cafes there
A lot of
where you can
activities,
just
a
go.
lot of
Like you
places to
have
go
a
and
lot
be.
of places to go to in that particular place and then a lot of activities for you to do. So then you cannot tell me you go there and not have fun. Like I can't find myself in Brazil, trust me, and not have
I
fun.
trust you.
Even
I
if I'm
trust
just
you.
going to stay for maybe a month or two, I'll make sure I have a lot of stories to tell.
We know you. You don't.
Eh, what do you
We
mean by
know
you
you.
know
We
me?
know you. You will give us like 2 chapters of a
You
particular
just
place.
say two
Just sites.
chapters,
Just two
like
sites. You give
no,
us
like
two
I need to
chapters.
give insights on about
A
everything
place
because
that is just meant to be like a page. Linda will come and give us 2
I'll
chapters.
seriously because I
You will
want
be
to
a
have
very good
fun.
writer if you don't know.
Ah, please, thank you very much.
Then we have one other thing is their carnival. And then Brazil is justifiably famous for its huge, exuberant, and then pre-Lent carnival. And then the biggest and the brashest in the world. And then the beaches, it would seem unfair just to highlight one. And then as Brazil has an embarrassment of riches that start with Rio, we have Salvador, we have Recife, we have Olinda. And then
Olinda, it's okay.
you keep quiet. Because this one sounds like your
Why
name now.
you hating?
Because this one sounds like your
Why
name
you
now.
hating?
You are feeling yourself. Then Fusion matches Rio pre-Latin Carnival, which is called the extravaganza for color, and then sound action, and then exuberance. Then make no mistake, this is not just another rowdy street party, but then if carefully staged and showpiece where spectators can watch the parade of competing samba dancers from a purpose-built stadium designed by none other than Brazil's best-known architect, known as Oscar Niemeyer. I don't know, Niemeyer, I guess. And then called the Sambodromo. Yes, this is long series of grandstand boxes, provides right side seats over 1,000 meters parade route where dancers and musicians from the competing samba schools fruit their stuff in a dazzling explosion of brilliant costumes. Like I think it's just a lot because there are a lot of activities that are being done in this
Mhm.
particular sites where you have, like I said earlier, dancing of samba. It's not just samba too. You can dance reggae too. You can dance hip hop. You can dance
Anything
anything
like
danceable, so long it is entertaining. And they do a lot of competitions there, just like the way we've seen. I explained earlier. A lot of competitions you can be engaged into. A lot of activities, a lot of sightseeing that you will of course want to be involved in. So it's just a lot. And when you say carnival, carnival is not just a particular event or a
they have
particular show thing
varieties.
that is done, but then it's a variety of a lot of things that are being done at a time. So I think it's a place or it's one should I call it a ceremony or
Mhm.
one event, let me call it an
Events.
event that you wouldn't want to miss out.
Talking about visiting this particular place, they have a lot of activities going on there.
Mm.
And then they said if you find yourself in such a place, you don't like it's not just about the colors, like the different colors they
In that
showcase and
the
all of
attires and
that.
stuff,
Like
yeah.
they have a lot of activities that they do there. When
Mm.
you realize people are competing, maybe walking down, maybe a fashion parade or something, like they have a lot of things that you do for fun, you experience for fun, and then you just enjoy yourself. We've been saying a lot
I
about
wanted to say we're not
Brazil,
going on break.
and you just want to talk about food. That's just
Ah,
your
this food is
problem.
important,
Okay,
oh,
I've heard
important.
you. I've heard you.
Hey.
Thank you, viewers, for actually staying with us in the first part of the midday show. We want to take a time out, and when we're back, we'll tell you more about Brazilian food. Please stay with us. Don't touch that. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back. It's still the midday show live on Echo Television if you're still joining us. And we've been talking about Brazil. I think we've said more than 50% of some things we have to tell you about Brazil, but you're welcome to enjoy the rest of the show with us. I still have Tony in the studio with me. Welcome
Life
back,
and
Tony.
direct.
Somebody say life and direct.
That's a birum. That's from
I
a
did
birum.
not say anything, please. Anyways, we've been talking about a lot of things about Brazil. And then when you talk about safety, Brazil, of course, is one country again
That is
that is
safe.
safe.
True.
If you find yourself in Brazil, you don't have a problem about all these pickpockets, all these petty thieves, and all of that.
Say
But
petty.
it's petty, of
When they
course,
steal
and
your
all
phone,
these
see.
kleptos and all these
Don't allow them to steal
kleptos.
your phone. You know it is not petty.
But please,
Or
if
your
you
wallet.
find yourself in Brazil, please be careful,
Mm.
because we always say when you find yourself in particular country, because the fact that they are safe or rather is protected does not mean you should be careless and all
True,
of
true.
that. Okay, we're going to talk about the Brazilian food, as I said earlier. Okay, I
Let me go
just
first.
excuse you.
Barbecue
I have
meat.
Brazilian food has been heavily influenced by the Portuguese colonization of the 16th century, by slaves brought from Africa, by indigenous people, as well as other European, South American, and Asian countries. And then after slavery was abolished, Brazil recruited Europeans and Japanese immigrants to work in the coffee plantations. Indeed, today Brazil is home to the world's largest community of Japanese descendants outside of Japan, numbering about 1.6 million people. The influx of immigrants brought even more recipes and culinary influences to the table of traditional dishes. From the moment you arrive in the country, you will see the Brazilian recipes are prepared with love, and meals are more than simple meals. They are an event. Here we have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Brazilian meals we'll be telling you about. And I'm sorry, Tony, I'm going to start. We have the barbecued meat.
I know that's what you want to say now.
When you talk about meat, like, you know, I'm always there. We have the Brazil and Argentina both claim to be South America's barbecue champion. Okay.
Really? Come to my
So
country.
then-
Let me show you how to do barbecue.
Honestly, and while each country takes a different approach to its meat, from the cuts to the accompaniments, and then some things remain the same, namely the ogre-sized quantities of meat best appreciated at a leisurely pace, and with an elasticated waistband.
All this thing that you
In
are mentioning,
Brazil.
all this thing that is not, it's
It's
not
just
making
barbecue
sense.
meat.
It's just barbecue meat, please.
Just
Don't get
imagine having
confused. It's just the normal barbecue meat
you know,
use.
like we just need to garnish it for you so that you just know that okay, actually this thing is very like let's give it a big grammar so that you know we're not
Yeah.
just talking about barbecue meat. Like there's something in it. Like this meat is inviting.
Oh my
It's to like
goodness.
it's something that you should just dive on. Like just go ahead. Okay, we know how to prepare barbecue meat now. We know the process. We know
It's
how.
nothing that
Like
serious.
it's not that serious. It's
All
not
what
that
Linda has
serious.
been saying is
Just
just French, it's just English. So we have the feijoada, and then this is actually one of the most famous of all Brazilian dishes. And then this feijoada is eaten in every corner of the country. This rich hearty stew consists of black beans cooked with different cuts of pork and supplemented with tomatoes, cabbage, carrots to round out the flavor. And then traditionally, it is made with slow cooked olaf, such as trotters and ears. Brazilian national dish is served with fried kale mixed with bacon rice, farofa, that is toasted cassava flour, and then
cassava.
sorry, cassava. What do I call it?
Palava. Is it palava?
Cassava flour, and then a slice of
Orange.
orange to
So far
make
as
it
there's pork
foreign.
in it, I'm
It's
good
just
to
the
go.
foreign. It's just don't forget this orange. It's just to make it foreign and nothing else.
Actually,
So it's actually a nice food, and for the fact that it's their traditional food, I think it's something that is worth trying because you cannot just go to a new place and then
they not try the
to
local
be
meals
privileged to
and
see
all
their
that.
traditional food and wouldn't want to have a taste of it. So from the description, I feel that it's something nice or it's something that is nice
No,
and then
release your face. It's something nice.
okay,
Yeah, say
something
it and
nice.
smile. It's
I'm just trying
something
to be. I'm just trying
nice.
to be all all
Don't discuss.
round.
Don't make people feel like it's not going to be something that is delicious.
No, anything
because
traditional, you should know
do you
that there's
understand,
this
like,
unique. I mean, this uniqueness
uniqueness
you get
about
from
it?
it. Yeah,
And then we have the
the farofa.
farofa. It's famous for its distinctive smoky flavor. You know that like, it's just like
They like
let's
smoke
say
fish.
jollof
They
rice,
like
like
smoke
smoky things, right?
this is a Brazil.
He said this is a delicious salty dish made from small pieces of bacon fried with cassava flour, and then it is served with rice and beans, which absorb the juices and add an extra texture to an otherwise quite mushy meal. Recipes contain varying amounts of salt, bacon, and spices, and the consistency of the farofa varies greatly. It can be eaten as a main or as a side dish, which works particularly well at a barbecue.
This is an advanced food of gari with red oil.
You know, this is really an advanced. This is the upgraded part.
Upgraded part of
Yes,
gari with
of the
red
garri
oil and
with red
vegetable
oil, yes,
and
and kulikuli
onions and all
inside.
those. Don't allow them to fool you.
The thing is, you know, like there are, I
Like
think
everybody have their own
maybe
varieties of
everybody have,
making
yes,
stuff.
of course,
Yeah.
and how they make. That's why they say they have different ways in making it. So when you talk about, so this is what we call the farofa, but then we know that over here we call it
I don't know what they
there's
call it, but me actually I know it is gari and red oil and
but
maggi
then
and all
yeah,
of those
actually,
spices.
and then but then the thing is, they said the major ingredient is salt.
Yeah, true.
Like, but then there are people who don't like salt like that.
Well, probably you can alternate it with maggi or something.
Yeah, maybe probably, and then I think it works. Anyways, it works actually.
Then we have the mokika, the komara. That is, it's pronounced as mokika
Mokika.
actually. And then this mokika is a tasty slow cooked stew. That which is typically containing prawns or fish, coconut oil, milk with added vegetables, tomato, onions, coriander, and then served piping hot in the clay pot. And then there are several
The clay pot.
regional variations of this dish. And in fact, the neighboring states of Bianos and then Capisapas both claim to have invented it, but then both served more like mouth-watering versions. That is, this food is just something that you die for.
So it has to be hot.
It's a
And
food
it has
that
to be
you
served
see
in a
and then
pot.
it's either you die or you die.
It's
There's no
either
two
I
way-
chop it or
no,
I
it's
don't
either
chop
you
it.
die or you die. There's
It's
no
either
two
I
ways.
chop or I chop. Like, there's no option. You just
There's
have
no
to eat
option.
it.
Yeah.
Mokika. Anyways, it's good to know because when you see different the varieties of the meal they have. Like you tend to try it. Like that is why I mostly say, if you find yourself in a particular country, don't just be like you're eating just the normal food
Food
they
that you are
have and
used
all of
to.
that. Just why not try something new, so you have an experience, you have something to talk about and to tell people, okay, their meal is good. You can even advise people when you travel, tell them, oh, I tried this mokika, it was actually nice, you can have it and all of that. Just make it fun for people when you travel. We
Most
have the
def.
vatapa. Is that a thick stew from bahia made from shrimp, bread, ground peanuts, coconut milk, palm oil, and a mixture of herbs, which is mashed into a smooth paste and commonly eaten with rice and okarije, a type of fritter made from cowpeas. There are different variations of the dish. The shrimp can be replaced with tuna, chicken, cod, or just vegetables. Chicken, please, is fine. I think it will go well. And then it's being made from shrimp. Of course, you can see how it looks. Like, it looks inviting. It's more like this potato porridge that we have, but this looks something different a bit. That's what I always say. Some
I'm
countries
even
have
seeing
their own different
akara.
recipes. It's still part of it. And then since they said you can make it with, actually, with paste of commonly eaten with rice and okariji. So it's a type of thing that people make, the not a thing, actually,
The
a meal
full
that they have, and then it is some,
varieties
yeah,
of.
true.
Then we have the pastel. Now this pastry pocket and either curved or rectangular, and then filled with stuffing that might include cheese, then ground beef, chicken, and then along with more unusual fillings such as a heart of palm and guava jam. Like, I am just craving already because this looks like something you
This
can
is like
just like
samosa.
chop chop.
It
Hey,
looks small chops.
you always
It
want to
looks
show that
like
you are local.
samosa.
Which one is
Yes.
samosa?
It looks like it. This is just this is an upgraded version of samosa
This
or
is
meat pie.
hey, I'm seeing meat pie instead.
But anyways,
See,
it's actually very beautiful. Like, it looks
yeah, it's something that is worth
inviting.
trying though.
Just imagine having a chilled bottle of Coke with this. Tell me how it's gonna feel
Please
like. I
don't remind me of
know,
cold. Don't
I
remind me
know,
of
I
cold. Don't go
know.
there. Then we have
Anyways,
things you should not do in Brazil.
okay.
Yeah. That you should avoid walking around with jewelry and using an expensive smartphone in the street. I was telling you when Linda was saying petty.
That's a
petty.
petty
It's
tips,
a
man.
petty things. And then at least in the big cities like Rio, Slovando, and
Salvador.
then other states, I mean other cities like that, you can get robbed. So just avoid doing these stuff, and you most likely won't have any issue.
And then if you want someone who speaks English, try approaching younger people. And anyway, most don't speak the language. If you speak Spanish, try going for that. It's similar to Portuguese, therefore we can understand you anyway. If you learn just a few words in Portuguese, like obrigado, which is thank
Thank
you,
you.
people will love it. But then we know Portuguese isn't a language that people normally learn, so we appreciate the effort. So as no matter how little it is,
Obrigado.
it's
Obrigado, sorry. Obrigado.
obrigado. Thank you.
Like when you are being handed over something,
Yeah,
you
say
simply just say,
obrigado.
oh,
Aw.
obrigado,
And then they will
obrigado.
love it
You can be
because
doing it and be eating your chest like this to show like guy, I
So
respect you, I respect like
anyways,
respect.
they say okay, they appreciate it more because it's not, people don't just wake up to learn how to speak Portuguese but then once you find yourself speaking that's why they say no matter how little it is, like the obrigado, like it's welcoming and people will love it. It means they appreciate the
That
effort
is
you
Portuguese
put
and
in.
what's it called?
Spanish
Is actually, it sounds
sounds
similar.
similar.
So it's something that they can go with. Then we have other things like people over there are used to physical contact. I think they are used to hugging
Hugging
of
friends.
friends when meeting them, and then so don't really get offended when people invade your personal space even more. And it is cultural that they are not trying to be invasive or such rather, but people will also consider you as a friend after knowing you for just 2 days.
So
So
don't
don't
get
get
surprised.
surprised with that. So
So as a visitor, you should be ready
be
for people to
open,
just
like
be ready because someone can just come from nowhere and just
come
give
and
you a
hug
hug.
you. Yeah.
Like, so don't feel
These days, yeah, some
offended.
people actually need that hugging
Seriously, like
because
I like I
going
always
through a
say, like
lot.
I need maybe a touch of some dollars and then maybe a
Keep
hug.
quiet. Keep quiet.
How are you trying
What
to tell
he's
me to
doing
keep quiet?
is not in Nigeria.
Anyways, Brazilians criticize their country all the time, but they get offended if a foreigner does the same. it's a weird kind of nationalism. Of
Yeah,
course.
don't go and
Nigga, it's
dive
more like
into
I can
their
insult myself,
conversation.
but don't just insult
Yeah,
me. Do you
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
Like when someone say, I'm a fool, or I be like, oh, really?
Yeah,
You're
a fool.
So no, don't
Don't
insult
insult
me.
me.
Do you understand? So then, of course, it's just a normal thing.
Yeah,
They
true.
can decide to say anything about their country, but you as a foreigner, you don't have the right to do that.
Then so if going to the north, that is the Amazonian rainforest, take vaccines for yellow fever. That is, it is not mandatory for Rio, though, but I would recommend that if you want to be 100% safe, buy a repellent. And then during hot seasons, there can be a lot of mosquitoes, and then you shouldn't, or probably you should also don't want to get Zika or dengue. I don't know what all of these are, but then a simple and cheap repellent can guarantee a safe visit. So all of these things are just like menial stuffs or sickness or diseases that you are highly probably you can avoid just by getting repellent and stuff as such, that you won't probably be there and then be suffering from one disease or sickness or the other. So I guess it's best to just avoid some of these things, or probably get some of these things and then be safe at large.
Anyways, before we round up, I think we just have to talk about some cultural festivals in Brazil. I think we have just a few. We have the Carnival, the most vibrant festival in Brazil. Carnival is certainly one of the largest, oldest, and most regular Brazil festivals, celebrated primarily in Rio de Janeiro. Carnival is also celebrated in other Brazilian cities like Salvador and Recife. The first celebration of Carnival dates back in 1830.
Oh my goodness, that's 17th century.
As an extension of the Portuguese custom of rejoicing and indulging on the day before the Lent period commences, showcasing colorful street parades, samba dance by the locals in flashy attires, and street parties called the bolcos. The week-long Carnival makes everyone rejoice, enjoy, and tap their feet with local music. There are healthy samba dance competitions. The streets are decorated, or rather, they are decorated colorfully, and everyone, be it locals or tourists, can come out in most vibrant dresses and delight their heart and soul with the festival. So even if you're a visitor, you can still participate.
Oh, you need to just get the attire. In fact,
simple,
you
like
even with your colorful attire, just colorful already.
What I say, like I'm just ready to go for the carnival. I'm sorry.
So all you need to do is just get in that spirit. I think I'm colorful too now. Don't I look colorful?
Yeah, you're colorful.
So all you need to do is just get into the spirit. Just get tuned into the spirit, and then you're all carnivassing and all that. Is it carnivassing? Sorry, carnivaring. So after that, we have the festival called the Kachaka. That has to do with drink, dance, and merry.
Tell me why I should not find myself in Brazil.
And this is dedicated to the national. No.
It's made of sugarcane and all of that, and then they bring it in trucks and all of, like, people just enjoy it. That's why I said you just have to enjoy yourself.
And there's a local thing though. It's a local food that is made, and then you see it in probably stores at the premises, environment, vicinities, all over the place, and then you just get yourself probably want to be in that spirit.
So it's more like it's a time for you to go and taste everything.
You just taste like there are some things that you don't need to do though. Like I wanted to say something, if not for the fact that you came to my rescue. I would have just casted myself. Thank God you came to my rescue.
I'm aware. You know, I got you.
So yeah, so something you don't need to engage. You have yourself engaged into. You just do your normal cool thing, and then if the spirit permits, you just get into the spirit with them, and then you just enjoy yourself to the extreme of it. Then we have the.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Are you serious?
Yes, thank you.
I wanted to talk more.
Thank you. What do you want to say? There's nothing to say again. Thank you very much. You just want to
Brazilian hair. So in your mind now, you made a Brazilian
No,
hair.
I have not. Now, when I make a Brazilian hair, you will know. Like, I
told you this is Jamaican. This is Jamaican. Right from the time you made this, I told you this is Jamaican hair.
Thank you.
Well, we'll soon go to Jamaica though. Want
to
go and dance reggae? It's been a long time. When last you listen to reggae?
It's been a while though.
So that's why we need to go to Jamaica.
Okay, thank you for suggesting. Okay. Thank you. Calm down. Thank you very much. Anyways, thank you, Tony, for doing this. It's been always a pleasure. Obrigado.
Obrigado, you too.
Thank you, viewers. I think we have come to the end of our show today. I hope you had fun with us because I did, and I'm sure Tony did as well.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about Brazil, and then it's a beautiful country. Please, if you want to visit a country, be careful with country you're visiting and make sure you do your research so you know the country to visit and how to have fun and do it to the fullest of it. Till we come your way again, I hope you stay blessed and enjoy your day. Bye for now.